Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm bringing you a new game called RaiderZ or RaiderZ, not quite sure how it's pronounced, but anyway, it's a new free-to-play MMORPG by The Perfect World. They're the same people who brought you Terra and The Secret World, I believe. They also have Blacklight and multiple games. So just off the bat, I can tell it's going to be a pretty good game. It's been from a reliable game producer, developer, and I've honestly been having a lot of fun with it so far. I've tried a lot of MMO type games, and this one for a free-to-play is definitely the best I've played so far for the free-to-play. So as you can see, this is just the standard character customization screen. The customization is okay. It's not for the character, like the character models, the hairstyles and things like that. It's not very intricate. You can't really customize the body height or the body like muscles or weight or anything like that, but it doesn't really matter that much because you can customize your gear in game. So I'm on the crawler server, which I think has to deal with the type, like the name of the main boss, the main bad guy, so to say, in the game. But I'm gonna just start it up. I'm going to try not to ramble on too long for the game. There's not that much to say if you've played an MMORPG before, but I'll just kind of give my impressions and then just do some gameplay as well. So on this loading screen you can see current session activity. Since I am just logging in again, it shows your monster kills, recipes used, quests acquired, things like that if you're entering a new area from a previous area. So that's a nice way to keep track of your stats without having to do something too challenging. So this is the encampment, the home base, where you start off and where all the other players start off. It's a kind of pirate camp, which I think is interesting. The story is standard, to be honest. It's nothing to write home about, but it's interesting, and the quests keep you interested in the game. They're different, dynamic. They don't have you wait around too long to do something fun. You're right off killing some bosses and things like that. So right now I am doing a quest that I think I have to defend the beach from some monsters that just showed up. It's just a standard quest mini-map and quest giver type marker you can see over here in the right hand screen. Just tells you eliminate lizard man raiders. So I just need to go find those on the beach. They said to look. So you can also have more than one quest. Obviously it's nice and easy to navigate in between them too. It's not too challenging to mark your quests and then play them. You just pick which one you want to do and it'll show up on the map. You don't have to hunt around too long. So I am playing the sorcerer class right now. I have the staff right here, and I can also hit tab and then switch to shield and mace, which I think is really cool. You're not bound to a single play style too much. I can hit them, the enemies, with just a simple fire spell that doesn't really have any kind of recharge, and then there's a close range fire spell like that. It does more damage but has a long recharge, or fairly long. It's like 20 seconds, 15 seconds I think. And as you can see, there is a roll mechanic, which is really nice. It's not overpowered though. If you played some games, the roll mechanic, you just spam it like crazy, but there's a little bit of a cooldown in between each roll where you can't move around too much, which keeps it from being too overpowered. So I have an ice spell, a simple fire spell. Those are the two different types of spells I have so far. I can unlock more. I'll show you this skill tree once I kill this guy. And it's not really a skill tree, so to say. It's an unlock kind of system. So there is the flame arrow, the rapid blast, and ice arrow are the ones that I have. You can also upgrade those once you get skill points from leveling up. You can make them more powerful. As you can see, there's like 1 out of 3, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 3. There's another ice thorns, which is the close range version of the ice spells, and there's also magic mastery, which improves your sorcery style skills, it says. Then as you go down here, there's more projectiles and then close range, different skills, and there's a pretty good amount of them. Whoops. And then there's also mastery, which is higher level, and you have to use like 5 skill points or more than just 1 skill point to actually use them. And it also shows the skills for other classes that you can play as. You can pick up enemies' weapons, so you can play with I think like a berserker type class, depending on what weapon you pick up from your enemies. You can then your abilities change, but then you can easily just drop that weapon. So if you see an enemy has a really nice weapon and you want that, just pick it up and you can use that and play with that for a bit, and then easily switch back to your other class, or your other weapons. So I'm just gonna try the shield and mace. The mace I recently crafted. It's fairly easy to craft. It might be a bit too easy, but I think they can work that out later. It's you just need to go find the right materials, pay a bit of gold, and then somebody will make it for you at the main encampment. And as you can see, there's other people playing with me right now, which is cool. You can team up with your friends or just random people, and you know their play styles will help you out, and you can help them out as well. The enemies in this game they're not too smart AI. They just kind of, unless you attack them, they'll just stand around, or unless you get too close like I did right there, and then they'll start attacking you. But I haven't died yet. I haven't played that much, but it's fairly easy so far. That might be balanced out once the beta is over, because it's not like a demo type beta. It's actual, testing beta, closed beta. Not anybody can just get into it. Well, anybody can, but you need the keys. So along with the just standard hitting attacks, and there's the dodging, you can also block. Block doesn't really do anything against arrows, but I'll try to show that to you once I actually get to an enemy that has melee weapons. Just kill this guy. The staffs aren't as good for close range. Well, they're good, but if you want to really get up close, it'd be better to use a mace and a shield. That's the best. The staff is good for elemental damage, sorcery damage, things like that. So I'm gonna just hit this guy, and then I can block, and then if he hits me, I'll just show you. You take 16 damage versus the 42 damage. So it takes like a third of the damage away, which is a nice. If you have a lighter weight class, you can really dodge around easily. You can block, and that really makes the combat more dynamic. So I've actually been killing the wrong enemies this entire time, but doesn't really matter. These are the actual the right enemies that I'm supposed to be killing. The lizard man raiders, not the little frog things. I actually haven't seen any bow type classes yet. I haven't really been that far into the game, but it's nice to see it's different than just easy melee type classes the entire time. Voice crack right there. So, like I said, the combat's fun, especially for free to play. The camera angle, the controls are smooth. You don't have to, like click and drag to look around you. It's reticle aiming, which really makes it a lot more. At least for me, I'm not that big into MMO games, but when I do, I like the controls to be smooth, and they are in this game, which is surprising, especially considering it's a free to play. But they did it well. So, like I said, I'm not going to talk this entire time. I just wanted to show my first thoughts on this game and give a little bit of some simple gameplay. I'll just play for a bit more, show you. I'll just finish this quest, and I might commentate various parts through if I see something that really, gets my interest, or that I feel should be said if I forgot about it. But real quick, there's also a faction type, kind of like PvP. You can team up with other players. Let's see. There's a party you can have if you're the leader or somebody else is the leader. Then members, and then there's a slot for 5 different people right there. Then there's guild and friends, so you can have friends list, and then you can also have a search, but I can't select that right now because I don't have any friends or anything like that. I believe that later there may be some larger scale PvP. They said that they might consider having a dedicated PvP server. Right now I think there's just like duels, so you can duel with somebody. They have to accept it. You have to send an invite, and then you duel one-on-one, which it's kind of challenging to actually get somebody to play with you some of the time. But if you have friends, that'd be a fun thing to do, kind of test out each other's abilities. so now that I've been using this staff the entire time, I'm actually going to try this mace. I haven't played with it that much. The mace has a much faster melee swing speed because it's one-handed. There's also two-handed maces and one-handed swords, one-handed maces, or sorry, two-handed swords. So I have completed the quest here. As you can see, I can expand it or minimize it, but for this quest it doesn't really give that much information. It's just eliminate lizardman raiders who are attacking the beach. So now it shows a marker. It's a nice marker. It's like you can see in the top right hand of the screen, it's blinking marker and shows you exactly where you need to go. If you like kind of finding where you need to go, I think you can disable that, but I personally like being able to be told where to go, especially in a map this large. The environments, from what I found, are very interesting. They're kind of like Terra and World of Warcraft. It looks a lot like Terra, I believe, but you don't have to pay for it, so that's pretty awesome. And the combat and the storyline quest, the way the quests are given, is kind of like World of Warcraft as well. But that's not a bad thing. Those are both very good games, and this is a free-to-play, so that's great. And from what I can tell, this free-to-play is it's not like a play-to-win type thing where you have to buy any kind of good armor. You can actually unlock good armor and improve yourself that way rather than having to pay for it. So now I'm back with the characters. They have a bit of an animation for speaking. They don't have any kind of voice acting though. That'd be kind of cool if they could add that maybe for the cutscenes, but they don't have that yet. So as you can see, they just have text, standard thing, quest complete, and then quest complete, and then it has XP and then your gold that you're awarded. Early on, it's just basic things like that. You can eventually get armor, weapons, that sort of thing. So I think I'm gonna keep talking to this girl right here, the captain, kind of the commander of this whole area. And so I need to kill some violent tree spirits. Accept. And I think I'll do that next episode if I decide to make another episode. If you guys like this, please leave a like. If you didn't like it, please tell me why. Leave a dislike. And if you want to see some more of this game or more of any other game I've played, please subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.